Okay. Just gonna wait. Let everybody join. Give it a few minutes. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Let me know if you can't, or if you can, for that matter. Okay, got a couple of minutes before we hit 5, so give everybody a chance to tune in. I don't know if I'm nervous or excited, so just bear with me through this, please. Hi Scott, hi Lee, hi Demi, thank you. Okay, couple more minutes. Hopefully, if you've got, for those that are on, if you've not got a workout mat or a yoga mat, that's fine. But I would just get a blanket or a towel or something to cushion your knees when we do go down onto the ground. Hi, everybody. Okay, we'll get started in a minute. The dog's outside, so if you see him go a bit crazy or anything, just ignore him. And he's quite loud as well, but we'll just leave him there. Just another minute or two. Okay. Wow, there's loads of people watching. Hello to everybody that's joining. We'll get going in a minute. Well, yeah, he's like a wolf. It's Boris, he's a Malamute. He's a big pain. Right, okay, so hello, thank you for joining this afternoon. Hopefully everybody's well. My name is Jenna. A lot of you will already know me or see me around class at Cave. Something that I do alongside Cave is yoga. It's a massive part of my life. It's been a choice of exercise for me for years, on and off, and about 4 or 5 years ago it became a daily practice for me. It's not just physical, it's a mental, emotional practice, and it's changed pretty much my whole mindset across all areas of my life. And because of that, I now love bringing that to other people, sharing that experience with other people, and seeing people go through a journey of change that yoga brings in at lots of different levels. So I'm here today hoping that that's going to happen for some of you. I want you to all enjoy this. There's a lot of benefits to yoga for those that are new and don't really know much about it. The obvious being physical, strength, mobility, balance, flexibility, all increases with yoga practice, with regular yoga practice. But it also can help with stress, anxiety, depression, fatigue. It can improve sleep quality. The scientific studies behind heart disease, arthritis, chronic pain, diabetes, all of these things can be helped by regular yoga practice. And that's just physical, as I've said before. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, the release and the change is massive when you embrace the practice. essentially it is a moving meditation, so we move with the breath. So the breath is very important when we get going. With all that being said, hopefully everybody's ready. Anybody that didn't catch it just at the beginning, if you don't have a mat or anything like that, that's fine. Just make sure that you've got something to hang, like a towel or a blanket, just to cushion your knees if you are on a hard surface when we do go down onto the floor. It should be about 30 to 40 minutes long. And as I say, we should all be able to do this, but just try and meet the edge of your stretch when you're there, so you really feel that opening. So we'll get going. We're going to start off on the mat in a wide leg child's pose. If you take the knees as wide as the mat, if you don't have a mat, then just take the knees wider than hip distance apart, and the toes at the back should be touching. We're going to fold forward, bringing the chest and the forehead down to the mat, and the arms go long in front. And we're going to breathe, just settle into the breath, nice deep inhalations in through the nose and out through the nose throughout the whole practice. So settle in with the breath. Feel the hips opening. If the forehead doesn't reach the mat, that's absolutely fine. Just let the head hang heavy wherever you are today. On the next inhale, we're going to take the arms over towards the left-hand side, slightly off the mat, and drop the forehead down. And you should feel the stretch all down this side of the body. On the right side of the body, you should feel the opening. Come back to centre, and the same on the other side, moving over to the right side, opening the left side of the body, using the breath to expand through the muscles. Inhale back to centre. From here we're going to come to a tabletop position, so all fours. You want to have your knees in line with the hips, the wrists in line with the shoulders, and the spine nice and flat. We're going to do 5 cat-cows. So on the inhale, if you drop the belly and push the chest forward, so inhale, drop the belly, chest comes forward. And on the exhale, we round the spine, tuck the pelvis, the hips under. Inhale, curve. Exhale, round. Really pushing that spine up to the sky. Inhale. Drop the belly. Exhale, round. And just do 2 more in your own time with your own breath. Okay. Now we're going to take the right leg back. Nice and straight. Engage the core. Once you've found your balance and you're stable, take the left arm forward and hold here for a breath. staying as straight as you can. And then if you can, we're going to reach around and grab the foot, lift and open. So we're using the pull from the arm and the push from the foot to really open across the chest and through that right thigh. And release. Slowly drop everything back down. And the same on the other side. So left leg goes back. Breathe. Right arm goes forward. Breathing here. And then if you can, reach around and lift. You should feel a really nice stretch across the chest. Some resistance. And release. Lovely. Okay, from here we're going to go into a downward dog. So curling the toes under, and we're going to send the hips up high to the sky. So inhale, exhale, downward dog. Stretching out the backs of the thighs, bending the knees, left and right. Don't worry if the heels don't come to the mat. That happens in time. What we're looking to do here is to bring the belly towards the thighs. And then the inside of the elbow here needs to be facing forward. So don't let that drop in. Push it forward towards the front of the mat. Let the head hang heavy and breathe here. Okay, what we're going to do is take the right hand off the mat and we're going to try and reach for the ankle on the left side. If you don't reach the ankle, that's fine. Just see where the hand gets to on the back of the shin on the calf. Once you've grabbed there and you've reached around, we're going to pull and twist underneath. So you're going to be looking underneath the left armpit. Make sure you keep breathing. And release. The same on the other side. So the left hand comes off. We reach around to the right hand side for the ankle or the calf. And we pull and we twist and look to the sky under the armpit. And release. Lovely. Stay in a downward dog, just get the breath back. And we're going to lift into a three-leg dog. So taking the right leg on an inhale up to the sky. So inhale, the right leg goes up. Keeping the hips nice and square, keeping the shoulders nice and square. And then we're going to bend the knee and open up the hip. Again, keeping the shoulders as square as you possibly can. You can't twist open like this, but we want to stay square. Just opening the hip. And breathe. Then release. Exhale. Same on the other side. Inhale. Three-leg dog. Left leg goes up. Shoulders square, hips square. Maintaining the breath. Don't worry where the leg comes to or how straight it is, just push for that. Using the glute. And then bend the knee and open the hip. Keeping the shoulders square. And release. Lovely. Get the breath back. And then slowly walk the hands, the feet, sorry, towards the hands. And hang here for a moment. Bend the knees generously to release the hamstrings. If the hands don't come right down, that's absolutely fine. And then we're going to inhale and we're going to rise to standing. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart centre. Take a couple of breaths. And then we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, bend the knees if necessary. And then from here, take the feet as wide as the mat. Point the toes out slightly, or further than hip distance apart. And then we're going to take the sit bones down into a low squat. Okay, once you're here, you want to use the resistance from the backs of the arms to push the knees open, hands at heart centre. You want the chest leading forward, the back is engaged, and the spine is nice and straight. And breathe here. You can find a bit of movement side to side before you come into stillness. If you can do this low squat every day for life, you'll have healthy hips forever. It's wonderful for the hip. It's wonderful for digestion. Okay, now if you drop the left hand down to the mat, and we're going to open up, so the right arm, you're going to twist and open up to the sky. So you've got a twist here and opening across the chest. You can take that a bit further by reaching around the back with the hand that's up and trying to grab the top of the thigh, piece of clothing. And then the hand that's on the floor, the left arm, you can bring that and wrap that around the knee and try and grab the fingertips. But wherever you are is fine. And release. And the same on the other side. Inhale, open. Breathe here. And release. Okay. Palms on the floor, and we're going to go back into a forward fold. So we're going to take the hips high. So inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Just hang here for a moment. You should feel the hamstrings start to release now we're warming them up. Bring the feet together. Inhale to standing. Arms up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart centre. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Now keep the feet together. We're going to come into a toe stand just to test out the balance where we are today. So bend the knees and come down so we're squatting on the toes. Bring the heels to touch and then just keep yourself steady while we open out the knees. Then once you find that posture, bring the hands up to heart centre in prayer position. Spine nice and straight and just find the balance. focus on a spot just to keep you there. Another option here is you can come down, fold forward, use the hands, take yourself forward, stay up on the toes and drop the head. Or you can take the hands underneath the legs, hold on to the heels and come down, drop the head. They're just options wherever you are. Accept. No judgment, don't judge what you can do, what you can't do. Just be here and now. Okay, release hands down to the floor. And we're going to go back up into a forward fold. So inhale, hips go high. Exhale. Just hang for a moment. Grab opposite elbows with the hands and drop the head. And sway side to side. This is ragdoll. Really nice for releasing the hamstrings, the lower back. Always pivoting from the hip. When we're forward folding, you're not kind of coming from the top of the spine. We'll always pivot from the hip and lead with the chest. So we're always bringing the belly to the thighs. From here, release the hands to the mat. Step or jump back to a high plank. And we're going to bring the left leg towards the left hand on the outside with the toes slightly pointing out. Drop the back knee, uncurl the toes, and we're just going to stay here in lizard pose just for a few breaths. Opening out the hip, chest forward. If it's available to you, you want to go a bit further, you can come down onto the forearms. Really breathe into that hip. Feel the breath taking away any uncomfortability that you're feeling there. For those who are on the forearms, come back up to the palms. We're going to roll onto the outer edge of the foot. Place the left hand against the left knee and just slightly push that open and twist towards the left. You should be feeling this in the right hip flexor as well. Make sure we're releasing tension from the jaw, dropping the shoulders away from the earlobes. And come back, palms on the floor, foot flat. And then we're going to twist open to the left. So come off the back knee first, back up onto the toes. And then we're going to take the left arm up to the sky and twist open. This is great for detoxing. We're massaging all the internal organs when we twist in these postures. And release. Send the left leg back to plank and the same on the other side. So the right foot comes forward to the outside of the right hand. Drop the back knee. And get comfortable here in lizard for a few breaths. Always remember the breathing. Come down to the forearms if that's an option for you. Feel the opening. Okay, release, back up to the palms, roll onto the outer edge of the right foot and slightly push against that right knee and twist. And release. Left palm flat on the mat, right hand reaches towards the sky and twist. Really push away from the floor. And release. Lovely. Okay, come back into plank. And we're going to go back to a downward dog. So on an inhale, send the hips high. Exhale. Pedal out the knees. This is a resting posture. So just get your breath back. And then come down to the knees into a tabletop. Then we're going to cross the feet over at the back. We're going to roll over and come to a seated position. Coming into a butterfly pose now. So bring the palms of the feet together and pull them in as far as comfortable. Then interlace the fingers, wrap them around the feet, pushing the knees down towards the floor, nice tall spine, chest coming forward, and then we're going to fold forward from the hip. So breathe in, exhale, fold forward using the resistance from the arms to get some space through the legs, maintaining the integrity in the spine. And just breathe here, releasing the lower back. Feeling the body sink into the posture. Inhale, sit up. Push the feet out slightly so you've got more of a diamond shape in front. And we're going to do the same again, but we'll relax more into this. So you'll fold and then we'll drop the head into this. You've got a bit more space here to be able to get a bit lower. So inhale, chest forward, spine straight. Exhale and drop into that space. Drop the head down. Using the breath to open up and expand across the back, through the hips. Inhale, come up. Legs long in front. And we're going to forward fold here. So inhale, arms up. Nice straight spine. Pivot from the hip. The chest is leading us forward, so the belly to the thighs. Again, it doesn't matter where you land. It doesn't matter if you're here, if you feel like you've hardly moved forward, or if you've got your forehead on your shin. Just accept where we are today. Should be feeling this through the calves, through the hamstrings, through the back. And release. Straddle the legs as wide as you can take them, keeping the legs active. So we want to keep the quads active to protect the knee by keeping the feet and the toes pointing up towards the face. Okay, so we're going to forward fold again here, and then we're going to go side to side. So inhale, sit up. Exhale. exhale, fold. Should be feeling this through the inner thigh. You can place the hands underneath the head and stack the fists for a more restorative posture. Rest there. If you have blocks or books, which I'll talk about another time, props and things, but you can use those to rest the head. So you can hang here for a bit longer. Inhale, release, come up. We're going to turn and slightly face the left leg. We're going to inhale, exhale, forward, fold over that left leg. Inhale, come up. Turn slightly, face the right leg. Inhale, arms up. Forward fold on the exhale. Using the breath, release the jaw, release the shoulders if we're holding them up, if we're tensing. And release it up. Okay, bring the legs together. Bring the right knee up in towards the chest. With the left arm, we're going to hook that around the right knee and come into a twist. So on the inhale, bring the right arm forward, up and over. Place the fingertips behind. Again, keep the shoulder down. Twist towards the back of the room. Breathing deeply. See if you can twist that a little bit more with every exhale. Sitting up nice and tall. On the next inhale, bring the arm up and over and release. Same on the other side. Right leg goes straight, left knee comes up. Hook the arm with the right, hook the leg with the right arm, sorry. Left arm forward, inhale, up and over. Exhale and twist. Breathing deeply. We're detoxing here. Massaging all the internal organs, as I said. Inhale, release, arm comes up and over. And then we're going to come down to lie on the mat for the last couple of postures before we relax. So instead of just going straight down, flat back, just engage the core with the knees up, arms forward, and as slowly as you possibly can go, bit by bit, bring yourself down onto the mat. Lovely. We're going to come into happy baby pose, which is one of my favourites. So if you bring the knees up, and we're reaching for the outer edge of the feet, like this. You want to keep the spine nice and flat on the floor. The shoulders need to stay flat on the floor, and we're pulling the knees in towards the armpit. This is a lovely pose, again, to aid digestion. Releases through the thighs, through the hips. While you're here, you can stretch one leg, straighten the other, straighten both legs, help with hamstring flexibility. Two more breaths here. And release. Slowly take the legs straight along the mat. And we're going to come into a supine twist. So bring the left knee up, the right leg stays straight. Stretch the arms out long, or if you've not got much room, just cactus the arms out. And we're going to twist to the right. So the left knee falls over to the right. You're going to loop towards the left. And you can use that right hand just to bring a little bit of resistance. Pull the twist slightly more, keeping the shoulders flat on the floor. And breathe. These postures are lovely for spine health. Opening through the glute, through the outer thigh. And release. You might find that you are more open on one side than the other when you twist to the other side, but that's absolutely fine. So bring the right knee up, twist over to the left, looking out to the right, and use that left hand to just apply a little bit of pressure to that knee just to help the twist a bit more. And in time you'll find that the knee comes closer towards the ground. And release. Bring the knees, hug the knees into the chest. Bring the forehead up to the knees. And now the last pose of any yoga session, it's our Shavasana, which is just a few moments in relaxation. This is corpse pose. So let the legs and the feet fall out to the side, arms down by each side, palms facing down. Allow the breath to return to normal. Let all the weight from the body fall into the mat, fall into the ground. Be heavy here. Focus on the breathing. Be mindful of where we are. Be thankful that you spent the time here today, opening the body, repairing the body and the mind. And just breathe. Start to move the toes, the ankles, the fingers, the wrists, and come back into the body. Roll slowly over onto the left hand side and push yourself up to seated. Well, I won't seat, I'll come and stand. And that's it. That's the end of that stretch, that flow. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it and you'll feel the benefit. As I said before, it was a relatively easy, nice stretch to kind of reach the whole body. It's hard not knowing who I'm talking to and any knowledge or experience of yoga that people have. So it was just a kind of taster into what we do here when we are practicing. But yoga is endless. So if you've got any questions or any comments, then let me know. But that's it for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully you will sleep better tonight as well. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye. Namaste.